Hi folks, this is All the Fruit, and especially with regards to current affairs. The current drought in the south of Spain and in large parts of the Mediterranean is a big concern to me, and it should also be to you, especially if you live in Europe. Well, you think, why should a drought on the Costa del Sol be a concern to me? Costa del Sol is one of the important tourist destinations of Europe. Yep, it's the coast of the sun. There is sun all year round. And also, well, this is what tourist areas in the Mediterranean always look like, don't they? Well, no. They are supposed to look like that in Mediterranean climates when most people go on holidays, like in July, August, September. They are not supposed to look like this at the beginning of March. They are definitely not supposed to look like this. Even the desert areas of the province of Almeria should be much more lush right now. And here we are at the Costa del Sol, an area which is not really known for droughts. Well, it is known for droughts, but historically it's not that much plagued by droughts. And why should this concern us all? Well, because southern Spain, despite changes in the last decades, is still the most important producer of fruit and veg in Europe, especially in winter. Well, yeah, they are still producing, sucking the last water out of the rivers. When I came through the mountains, I saw one teeny tiny stream in a big riverbed. All other rivers were completely dry. In March, this is the end of the rainy season, folks. It should have rained, well, almost non-stop, or at least quite a lot for the last 5-6 months. And it looks like it's the end of the dry season. Look at that. Those were bascom rosettes. They are dying. The grasses. Here, what was this again? This was, I forgot the name of this fabaceae. It's dying. Here, even the notorious wheat, the castor oil plant, is dying. You can see the remnants of the pretty lush vegetation of last year. This is stuff that grew in last winter, 2000-2001. You see how they grew in last winter, and basically most of the flowers they developed in spring and early summer. But this year there is no base for such growth. Well, we had a couple winter rains, and another notorious wheat which has quite big bulbs, or more or less bulbs, to help it through the drought. The wood sorrel, the African wood sorrel, is growing here in small numbers. But basically, almost nothing else is growing here. Yeah, the trees and shrubs which have deeper roots, they are still surviving, but they are not going to be surviving forever. I know those areas in spring, and they should be lush and green. Everything should be blooming, everything should be green. Look at the dry vegetation from last year's growth season. Yeah, nothing like that this year. All of this is from last year. All this brown stuff grew in 2021, and it grew from the rains in the winter of 2021. What do we have right now? Here, a tiny little, I don't even think it's a seedling. I think it's a survivor that had some big root to store water and nutrients. Here, this could be a seedling, one single seedling. This is really scary, folks. Last year, a lot of talks about food scarcity started. China was buying up all the agricultural products it could get. Well, China has been buying agricultural land and products for a lot of time, but last year it became quite crazy. This year there is war among the biggest wheat exporters in the world, and now the most important fruit and veg producing areas of Europe are drying up. I already made a couple videos about drought in the Canary Islands, but here on the Spanish continent it's even worse. It's also made worse by the geology of the area. This is limestone. Limestone, well, the soil and the rocks are quite permissive to water, so water will disappear into deep layers, will not be available to the plants, and yeah, big problem for wild plants and also for agriculture. Look at that. Pretty much the only thing growing a little bit is the invasive wood sorrel. So folks, be really concerned about what you're seeing here. Look here, there was some small rain, thousands of seedlings came up and they all died or are dying. Well, we expect some heavy rains next week. They could save some of the last seedlings which still have surviving roots, but seedlings in general, they don't have resources to survive long periods of drought. Be really concerned about this, folks. This is affecting large parts of the Mediterranean, has been affecting them for decades and has become worse in recent years. And this year, it seems it's especially bad. So, in the light of the global food crisis, yeah, be really, really, really concerned about the current drought in southern Spain. So folks, this was a video without fruit, because as you can see, fruit need water, and no water, no fruit. Stay tuned for a lot more fruit videos from the subtropical southern part of Spain, and of course don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe.